Hello everyone, it's Omae and welcome back to the brand new video. Today we're going to go up against the Assault Rumble with the quote-unquote intended team. Of course, there are some iffy units here, like Akainu shouldn't really be there. Doc Q and Strong Horse, there is a bit of a problem with them in Assault Rumble, but overall, this is a really strong team. And spoiler alert, 160 million total score. Of course, these are all trusty units, so I get an increase in multiplier dramatically, but regardless, it's impressive. I mean, we have everyone here on the main lineup doing spread damage. The Burgess here is also doing spread damage. These units, I mean, Blackbeard's doing damage ignoring defense. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll get access to that because you need to have less allies alive than there are enemies. But of course, in Assault Rumble, the maximum amount of opponents is only 3, so we'll only be getting that spread damage, but this unit is still doing a lot of damage, right? We also have a lot of debuffing and healing from Strong Horse and Doc Q. My main gripe here is that one of the main draws of this character is that he gives a level 5 dot. Dot is easily one of the most broken mechanics in the game. Each level of dot is 5% of the enemy's max HP reduced every time they do a normal attack. So level 5 dot is 25%. So if this actually worked, you'd be able to just completely annihilate the enemy. Unfortunately, enemy is immune to dot for all boss variants. Same goes for action bind. So the only thing we're really getting here is the half stats and the special bind, but even that is making such a massive difference. Halving the enemy's attack means we are taking less damage, resulting in a higher life score, and also halving the enemy's defense means we're getting way more damage in, increasing our damage score. So great on that front. He's also doing a bit of spread damage in a medium range. Additionally, he will give a 30% healing to our driven teammates, so that's great. Unfortunately, the new trio Blackbeard Pirates legend, Doc Q, Strong Horse, I mean not Doc Q and Strong Horse, Avalo, San Juan, and Vasco Shot, that unit is not a driven unit, so I really wish this was free spirit healing instead of driven, but it is what it is. It still makes quite a bit of difference. And then he also gives 30% CT delay to 2 enemies, so really powerful. Of course, the enemy is not resistant to CT delay, and he also gives himself 30% CT upon appearance. So that partnered with the 20% that the new Arena and Devon provides means that Doc Q is going to be 50% CT right at the start, right? Really powerful. And then we also have the provoke that the new Shiryu Reroku like forces onto the enemy. This allows us to get extra effects from the new legends. So Devon and Van Ogre, when the enemy have provoke, they're gonna do damage ignoring defense. I mean, it's insane, man. And then enemies with paralysis also get defense down of level 6. I don't think anyone here is providing that paralysis infliction though. And you know what? I think I should rather use Boa NL instead of Doc Q and Strongheart. I just think it's going to make much more of an impact since that Boa is paralyzing the enemy. Shiryu is forcing provoke onto them. So we're getting the full potential of these new characters that want the enemy to have both provoke and also paralysis, right? And then this unit has sub swap. The new Shiryu has sub swap. So we're going to get Kuzan and Burgess into the battle as soon as possible. Akainu hopefully will not come into the battle. He doesn't really synergize with anyone here. I'm just putting him there for an extra life score. And then of course the new San Juan Wolf, Pizarro, and Vasco Shot. I mean, this guy's great offensively and also defensively. He's allowing us to evade damage ignoring defense first off. Then he's going to halve the enemy's defense, so making them much more vulnerable. Then he's going to do times 10 spread damage, and then also give massive delay to enemies with paralysis, as well as the provoke. The thing is, the Doc Q and Stronghold actually does provide a recovery bind as well, so that will actually allow us to get this effect to proc as well. We don't need paralysis per se, so I'm just gonna stick with this team. I'll show you guys how I can do. I mean, of course, I'm ranked 35, so I mean, proof is in the pudding with the teams, right? So let me just quickly beat Nestro, and then we can start off at the first boss, which is Luffy. We can just start off at Saturn, but yeah, I mean, the healing as well, the team is insane because of Shiryu providing 20% healing when he appears, and he's sub-swapping the whole time, so we're getting that to proc quite often in the quest. So Saturn is going to give us paralysis, which we actually want because I think the new Blackbeard trio does give the enemy defense down whenever we get paralysis, so that's great. He's kind of like fighting back with his rumble passive. Is great. He also will paralyze enemies, so you really also need to worry about that because I mean, forced out for 10 seconds is quite a debuff. The cool part is that the Saturn is not immune to action bind, so our main idea here is to make him go out of action, action bind him, and then also CT delay him heavily using the new trio Blackbeard pirates. We also have the Worm Aldo here, which does fixed damage to Psy units, so of course don't run them. He will also reduce his own CT by 100% at the start of the quest and paralyzes. And then if he is able to activate in the latter half of the battle, he will give paralyzed enemies CT delay of 30%. So he's also a massive threat. I mean, all of these guys are going to be massive threats. Our main idea is to make them go out of action, but action binding them, CT delaying them to hell and back, right? And this guy is also going to give haste to high CT characters. So yeah, very deadly combination of bosses here against Saint Saturn's trio. But let's see how the battle unfolds. Hopefully it goes well. Of course, Assault Rumble is quite RNG based depending on the team that you are using, but sometimes things can go horribly wrong, and then other times you can get an insane score with the exact same team. So yeah, Pete is activating quite early there, paralyzing 3 of our units. I was actually watching an old Asian guy Optc video when Pirate Rumble first came out, and he made like videos commentating matches in like this commentator voice. Maybe I should do that, right? But I mean, he was a really good creator. He had a really creative content. Okay, so Docu and Strong Art, 19 seconds in there, already gonna activate. Video already activated earlier and swapped Burgess in. Burgess is actually insane with his spread damage. I mean, he's a rare recruit and he's doing like 15x spread damage. He also gives himself a ridiculous amount of attack up. Yeah, insane unit, man. Special bind, action bind is the main one. Unfortunately, it didn't hit. Okay, more spread damage, nullify damage ignoring defense, 42k. I mean, remember, when you do enter into a break state, the enemies take way more damage. So yeah, I mean, look at that. That was like over 300,000 damage with all those hits. Blackbeard's gonna do quite a bit as well, but he's also providing a shield. So great defensive unit as well. Burgess, I don't think he actually activated it. He's taking quite a while. Shiryu will swap Katarina Devon and Van Ogre back in, and what this means is another 20% CT reduction, as you'll see. Massive, amazing CT from Van Ogre and Devon. Like, they're an essential unit on this team. In this day and age in Rumble, you really need a unit that increases your CT massively early on. Otherwise, you're just gonna get slammed out by the enemy's first wave of specials. It's just how it is, man. Especially if they're running Emu. If they hit you with the ability bind, and then even the slightest damage will like kill your characters, man. Recovery bind, half stats. Okay, we got the action bind to activate this time. That's nice. That's actually massive, bro. Yeah, Docu and Strong Art, they are pulling their weight, even though the dot and the special bind does not work. Okay, can we activate the super special? Nice. They got a bit lazy here. This is literally just their regular special in Optc PvE, right? Damage ignoring defense. Shiryu's back in, even more healing. To be fair, I mean, he's the only one who needed healing in the first place. This is super tanky, man. I mean, the shield from Blackbeard is doing a lot of work. The damage ignoring defense evasion from Blackbeard trio, also super impactful. I mean, look at how much Burgess is boosting his own attack. Bro, look, he's a rare recruit. How much damage was that? He was hitting all of them for like 100k, bro. I mean, to be fair, the Alders have basically 0 defense right now because of a 15 defense down. Remember, defense cannot go to below 0. Once you defense down the enemy enough to reduce their like 200 defense down to 0, they have 0 damage reduction. They are as vulnerable as can be. And characters like Burgess here will just take full advantage of that. I mean, the spread damage at that point is just unbelievably powerful. And I think if you want to make good Assault Rumble teams, definitely prioritize characters that have spread damage, because once you get to the point of the battle where the enemy has break status and also has basically no defense, that spread damage is unbelievable, man. I mean, bro, 3.8 million damage score. That's raw damage. There we go. I mean, that might actually be a record. I think that might be better than the first run I did. Let's see. No, I mean 68 million, bro. Actually unbelievable. Okay, the Luffy boss is pretty basic. All you want to do is not use Dex characters. He does force them out, so yeah, definitely do not run any Dex characters. That's pretty basic boss here. I mean, his stats are of course through the roof. What about Zoro? I mean, he has counter stance, which is quite interesting, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Counter stance is going to activate when we hit him with normal attack. In that case, it would actually be better if we had paralysis, like genuinely. Crit up and haste. Yeah, it's a very basic boss. They are resistant to action bind instead of special bind, so Doku and Strongheart is still performing another role here. Now we're special binding the enemy instead of action binding them, so he's pretty useful in all contexts. And don't forget, I mean, he's still doing spread damage, not as much as the other characters, only ×5, but every bit of damage does a lot when the enemy has such low defense, right? Yeah, there's no real gimmick when it comes to this boss. He just kind of is tanky, has very high stats, so I mean this one should be a slam dunk. Luffy's gonna activate. Okay, we first get Doku and Strongheart. Can we special bind? Nice, we special binded the left and right wing and got that massive CT delay. Nice. Paralyzing the enemy, massive. Bro, I'm an idiot. I thought I forgot that they give the paralysis that we needed. I was gonna bring Boa in out. Thank goodness I didn't waste my time with that. I mean, the damage, we're getting them into a break state so fast. I mean, the half stats is such a massive difference from Doku. Hey, I mean, we're taking basically no damage here. Remember, we have type advantage here. Even though there's no type advantage in Rumble, we have massive resistance to strength enemies, meaning we take less damage. So we're basically staying at full health here, especially now that we have the shield. But remember, even though we have reduced damage from strength enemies, we don't necessarily do more damage to them. Only the Rumble exclusive units actually have extra damage to their advantageous type or the class they target. Whereas other characters like regular legends, 55 cost units only have damage taken decrease in their resistance. I mean, yeah, this, as I said, there's no gimmick here. It's just complete one-sided slaughter. Can we special bind? I mean, currently the enemy has such low CT from all of our delays that it really doesn't even matter. They're just completely naked in a blizzard. I mean, they still have good defense. That's one thing they have going for them. Against the Alders, we were able to get them to basically 0 defense very quick. And that resulted in that massive score of 68 million. I don't think this one will have as high of a score. I mean, our life score will be perfect, but damage might not get to 3.8 mil. Ever been seeing the super special of what's his face? Never mind. Okay, we brought in Shiryu. He's gonna give us even more healing. I mean, and the enemy's paralyzed, so you can't even do normal attacks to hurt us. The special, they've been crippled in that regard, and also from normal attack side of things. Spray damage, yeah, spray damage is so good. Even if the enemy, if we whiff and only hit one enemy, the spray damage just adapts, bro. It's so nice. Level 18 attack up. I mean, that's insane. That's like, wow. Let me think about it. Level 1 attack up is 250 increase. So 18 would be almost a 5,000 increase in attack. I mean, Burgess is doing a lot there, man. But yeah, definitely not reaching 3.8 mil against this one. I mean, we're right at the end, and the enemy still is not going to reach defense of 0. They only have level 4 defense down. It's not enough to get them to 0. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to run out of time. Wait, can we get Blackbeard to activate? Real quick. Come on, man. Oh, he worked, bro. That was so close. He was right next in the queue, man. That would have given us like an extra 500k. I know it, man. Still not a bad score, but for full batch, it's not the greatest. There definitely is optimization, even if you have full batch in this situation. With everyone level 150, I'm still only rank 40, guys, so there is room for optimization always. I mean, if you have Emu, you can probably just use him to essentially cripple the enemy in those first 15 seconds and get like massive damage. And I think Emu, just having him, is going to make your Assault Rumble score way higher. But of course, there's also specific teams that you should be using against each boss. Even though this is the intended team for the Assault Rumble, there are still slight differentiations in between the bosses that can make your damage just that much better. I mean, my total score 162. Guy in first place, Rizzy, he has I think, oh, he's not in first place anymore, he's only 4th now, but first place guy has 351 mil. That's more than double my total score, and I have the full new batch, level 150. Albeit no limit break expansion, and some characters are missing rumble keys, but still, that would not result in an extra like 2.5x damage. It's definitely the team building side of things, right, guys? So don't take things at face value. You should be building different teams for different Assault Rumble bosses. Even though for that boss against Luffy, it didn't seem like you needed to build a specific team. There are different rumble units that will maybe debuff their classes way more and give you way more damage. So there are units, even though it's not obvious, that would be way better against the boss, even if the enemy isn't explicitly debuffing them, right? Okay, Nestro, this one's great for spread damage. Like, you need spread damage against this guy because otherwise you're missing out on so much damage. For units that attack in a range, you would be losing so much damage if you're not doing spread damage instead. So this team will do wonders against Nestro. We're going to show the gimmicks to you guys, but Nestro is essentially resistant to every type of debuff. I think Doc Q in Strong Wars is not a good pick for this boss. Not resistant to half stats though. I mean, we already broke him in the first 29 seconds. Nice, Shiryu coming in with the spread damage and the regular damage and the sub swap mechanic. I mean, Bud just gave 18 attack up to everyone just right on appearance. And then remember, he's giving himself another 18 attack up in his special. Unbelievable, man. Both of these new rare recruits are so impressive in Rumble, especially Shiryu, but Burgess, don't sleep on him either. Insane. I mean, we're getting to the point where if you take all the more recent rare recruits that have Rumble abilities from the end of month batches, and you take all the free-to-play units like the recent co-op characters, you could make like an actual good Rumble team, like an actual viable team that you can win your daily matches with. And that would be a really fun video idea, but for now, I don't think I'm that experienced where I can make an insane team with just free-to-play units, but we'll see. Maybe I'll find the time and the smarts to do that. But I mean, yeah, we're destroying Nestro. Definitely not as much damage as the boss against the Saturn, but still pretty good. I mean, the damage score ramps up dramatically in that last bit of the battle, the final 30 seconds. because the enemy is getting that massive defense down. I mean, he's going down to 9 defense up. Okay, Shiryu. Another 3 defense down. But yeah, not that level 15 defense down that we were having against Saint Saturn Trio. Okay, yeah, I mean 118k is just ridiculous, man. I mean, Burgess, look at this guy. 184k. This is a rare recruit, my guy. This is a rare recruit character. He doesn't even have the rumble key, right? Although remember, rare recruits don't take rumble keys for a rumble limit break. They take the silver keys, I'm still pretty sure. Or it might be gold keys. For rumble or rare recruits, you need the gold key to give the rumble limit break. But for regular rare recruits, it should still just be a silver key, right? Yeah, I mean, our damage score is ramping up dramatically in these final moments. Nice. Burgess again, man. This is gonna ramp up the score unbelievably high. Ooh, Burgess, man. He got like 300k damage score right there. And we're gonna get the super special in here. Nice. I mean, they don't do a lot of damage. Their main thing is the debuffing and the CT reduction. Once again, Blackbeard was just about to activate. I mean, what's up with Blackbeard, bro? Like, his special always has such weird timing. 42 million, I'm not too pressed about that. Pretty good score. Of course, if I wanted to get the most optimal score, for one, as I said, I would make specific teams for each boss fight. But this is a brand new account, so I mean, I don't have the units to do that. I didn't even have the quick gear 5 Luffy, which, by the way, it was not on any of the anniversary banners for some reason. Very strange. Not even rate boosted on part 1. But yeah, also, as I said, RNG involved quite a bit, so doing these matches over and over again once you've built your most optimal teams will allow you to get a higher rank, right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts on the Blackbeard Pirates team. But that's gonna be about it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.